gonna go ahead and go live. Good to be here. Good to be back for Raw. Gonna be a crazy week, so to say. I'm sorry, I am the most immature person alive. No one's here to laugh at the joke, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'll tell Alex about it later or something. Fortunately, that slight immature moment there of the name that pops up at the end of SVU is just my own personal thing. Yes, Zach, I did see the joke, or not the joke. I did see your question. I just hadn't gotten to responding to it yet because I honestly, I was gonna explain it next Monday anyway, so I didn't really feel I need to reply to the comment. But it is and isn't. It is like Underground in the event that it is knockout and submission only, but it's not like Underground in the fact that there are going to be ring ropes. Like, there's going to be ring ropes, there's going to be all that stuff. It's just essentially... It's essentially a no-holds-barred match, but with pinfalls not allowed. Because they can use weapons, they can go out of the ring, they can fight wherever. Whereas, there's also the ring-out rule in Underground match, so... It is and isn't in the regards of the knockout and submission stuff. Oh, I love Bronson. I love Braun Strowman's dog. It looks like such a good dog. Looks like a pit bull. Oh, I freaking love pit bulls. They're one of my favorite dog breeds. I like these segments to start Raw with Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore. All right, it looks like we're gonna kind of get the show rundown and everything from Wade and Joe. My dinner is ready, so I will be right back. Which, of course, means everyone's favorite part of these streams is about to happen. Folks, the one and only Stand-in Luigi. Thanks, Daryl. All right, Stand-in Luigi. Wow the people with what you've got to say while I'm gone, all right?
Operat ko ng barangay ko na barangay ng teatro na maturo naman tayo sa unang panahon ko. Potono tunit na tunna na sa nato ng kanana sa natin ng narapitan ni Tiniti. Ano, sinente na, pero kung ito no tonite. あとのこのとでとれぼとらぱととといせかとた。やっつまつどろぽとのりからぱと。わらぱとらけそらぱたりとろ。おもたいとろかさらぱたとろぽこのペープロ。おもらととろそればろ。E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa na sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Kaya sa matadoro po to no ri karapao to. Wala pa to kay so na pataring ito to. Como tay toro ka sa na patay toro po ko na pepero. Como na to toro so rebaro. E patutusan matato. Oppure ko ng barangay ko na ba naman nga ito na maturo na madalas ko na patapang tao kaya. Potono tunitan na tunan na sa nato ng kanara yung sa ratin ng narapatani tiniti. No, sinente na puno ko na ito no tonite. At tuno ko na to dito e boto na pato to say ka tota. Piazza Matador Potonori, Carapato. Guarda, ora che sono patarito. Come te, toro, che sono patatoro, poco ne pepero. Come tu, toro, sono reparo. Tutto sono matato. Oppure che non bravo, cosa ma dietro, ma toro, non mi sono patato che. Potono tunita, na tunna, na sana, tunna, canana, sana, sarate, non ne rapetani, tiniti. Ah, no, no, si ne telefono, con i tenotonete. Attono con rotore, telefono, rapato, tutto, e secca, tutta. Piazza Matador Potonori, Carapato. Guarda, ora che sono patarito. Come te, toro, che sono patatoro, poco ne pepero. Come tu, toro, sono reparo. Tutto sono matato. Oppure che non bravo, cosa ma dietro, ma toro, non mi sono patato che. Potono tunita, na tunna, na sana, tunna, canana, sana, sarate, non ne rapetani, tiniti. Ah, no, no, si ne
Oh, so it's
telefono,
so.
con i
Oh, they did
tenotonete.
add the blue to the
Attono con
IC
rotore,
title.
telefono, rapato, tutto, e secca, tutta. Piazza Matador Potonori, Carapato. Guarda, ora che sono.
Thanks, Luigi. They added a little pop of color to the IC title. That's pretty cool. I miss anything? I feel like I probably didn't, but I'll just check Twitter, that's all. Ugh. Yeah, that blue makes the IC title look a lot better. Thanks, Zach. I think people are going to enjoy NXT tomorrow as well. Oh, camera's gone out of focus. Hold on. Oh, did it pop back in? We're good. Popped with the ring break. Yeah, and I feel like we're probably getting that tonight if Gunther, or not Gunther, if Braun and Bronson main event. Okay, we're getting some dimension to Jay instead of just being a yeet guy. Hey, Pierre. Oh, that's sweet. You'll love to see it. You'll love to hear it. No mention of his dad though. You gotta be like, Mama, I love you. But Dad, stop complaining on Twitter. You're gonna get me in trouble. Love the pop of color, and Jay's title goes a long way. Agreed. Oh, Jay, don't start doing the Roman thing of throwing the title over your back. I hate that crap. All right, tonight is the night, folks. Tonight is the night I try and tone down how often I drop the F bomb. Tonight's the night. I'm gonna start trying to tone down the amount of swearing I do. Okay, we got Braun giving some respect here. Where's this going? Okay, but where's the catch, Braun? Okay, he's acting all nice, but where's it going? Are we actually getting like a Braun Breaker face turn out of this? Uh-oh. All right, they seem to be leaning on him going face. I mean, Braun Breaker's so over that I feel like they could turn him face and it'd be just fine. I feel like he can be a face or a heel. It doesn't really matter as long as he is just doing cool shit in the ring. And there we go. Time to first swear 17 minutes, and I was gone for the first like 8 minutes of the stream. So, I was going to just keep having Braun do cool stuff. I think he'll stay over. I think that's something Triple H has kind of done a good job at realizing. Look at the supersized Raw. Yeah, 6-match Raw this week on LS 11 Universe. Not very often that happens. Don't expect it too often either. The reason it was such a supersized Raw was genuinely the Trios tournament got announced last week, and Ray offered to do so much of it last week that I was like, well, I can't just like not do any of it myself this week. And so I went ahead and knocked out one of the left side or the right side of the bracket matches with Team New Japan against the OC, which I thought was a really fun match. Had a good time with that one. What match am I forgetting to add in here? There we go. Yeah, so as you guys saw yesterday, potentially in the chat for SummerSlam 2015, discovered yesterday that YouTube has had an issue where they couldn't reach a licensing agreement with a big record or like a big music streaming company. And so thousands of songs have now gotten millions of videos blocked worldwide on YouTube. And about 30 videos of that millions were ours with old episodes of Universe that had copyright claims from certain music. So a lot of old episodes are going through reprocessing right now after disappearing off the face of YouTube for a day, including things like SummerSlam 2015 or 2010. And I'll admit the one that hurt most that this happened to was the first WrestleMania because I had to go in and, use the YouTube Studio editor. And when you do that on a video that premiered, it removes the premiere chat. So one of my favorite premiere chats to go back and watch is the first Mania to see how far we've come since then with the fan base and everything. And now, 4 years later, I will never have that premiere chat available again. And it makes me incredibly sad. So I've got to start being more careful now because I don't know what songs are involved in this whole situation with YouTube. Yep, 6 match Raw today. Good times, good times. Let's see. Have I announced the full card at this point for Armageddon? Because Armageddon is about a week and a half away now. Well, a little over a week and a half, but no, there's still one more match to be announced for Armageddon. And once that's good to go, I'll post it on our social media. Oh yeah, Raw goes to 2 hours for a little while starting next week. That's gonna be nice. No Mercy officially done. I mean, yeah, the full card's good to go. Oh, 100% agree, Pierre. That blue needs to stay on the belt, and then when Dom wins it, it should go purple. Something's gonna happen to that low rider. It's a toy, that's why they're showing off so much. The final 3 hour Raw till it goes to Netflix, at least, Pierre. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed SummerSlam yesterday. Do you think the low rider gets destroyed in the last minute sandwich? No, probably not. Since I like realizing now that it's a toy that they're selling. Oh no! I just realized Woods is gonna turn on Kofi on the 10-year anniversary of New Day, isn't he? That's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be in the next couple weeks. It's gonna be they're gonna do like a big 10-year celebration for New Day, and Big E is gonna be there, and they're gonna be like, this is the first faction in WWE history to last for 10 solid years. And then in front of Big E, Woods is gonna turn heel. That's what's gonna happen, isn't it? Like you can hear it sinking in my voice. I really hope not. Please, Big E, return to stop the turn. I hope that's the case, but I'm not. I'm not terribly optimistic about it. I'm also now finally. I'm now finally getting the website like championship history updated because it's been several title changes since I last did it. Getting a Venom Last Dance trailer. I am I'm pretty excited for that movie. I love the Venom movies. Like it's the only thing Sony does that I enjoy from the Spider-Man franchise. Like, it's the only thing from Sony's terrible solo movie franchise they're trying to do that I enjoy. And I do not apologize for that fact. Alright, well, let's see. Also, I could see the lowrider getting destroyed, but I do hope my idea of Bronson tsunamiing Braun through the ring happens. I feel like the ring is collapsing tonight. But yeah, I hope everyone liked SummerSlam that we did. Um, Let me double check that I got that right. Yes. Also, could see the lowrider getting destroyed, but I just read that. Read that one twice. Doing great. But yeah, SummerSlam was a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally did it. And of course, now this is the first time I get to talk about that I actually get to talk about it with the announced next series. Because you know, they say all men are created equal. But you look at Scott Steiner and you look at Samoa Joe. See, that statement's not true. And now, Sacrifice 2008 is coming soon. And when I say soon, I do mean soon. I mean, like, I'm not gonna announce it and then take a quarter of the year to do it this time. Like, I am going to say this now because originally I was like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna say it that way. I don't, you know, lock myself into having to do it, and then I didn't do SummerSlam for months. Um, oh my God, Tiffany Stratton has had the Divas title in 07 Universe for a year as of this week. I just noticed that on the website. She brought the stupid butterfly out of retirement on 1 year ago last week. Oh my God, I've just now Pierre. I'm sending something in the creative team. Oh no, Woods just unmasked Rey Mysterio. Woods steals it by unmasking Rey Mysterio. Oh wow. And then he takes a selfie with a guy in a Cornette shirt. What a heel. All right, Pierre, I've just shared it in the dis in the Oh yeah, it is called the disciplinary committee. So a little bit of reference for you guys, just because I think this is very funny. And I feel like enough time has passed and everything's been debunked. That way, I can talk about it a little. About 2 years ago now, at the end of season four, going into season five, Ray put together a group chat in the Discord called the Inner Circle, and it was me, it was Ray, it was Hanzo, aka Adrian Nova, it was Matta and Greg Tree when they were still around, DJ Danger, and Main Event Wrestling. So 7 people. Overtime, Pierre, SG, aka Triton, aka Soren, have been added to it, and Blazewave has been added to. So we have a kind of a creative team of 10 people. But at this point, a lot of those people have kind of disappeared. Like we don't hear from Blazewave often. DJ is off doing his own thing that I won't talk about. Shinobi joined. I think I might have forgotten to say his name, but Shinobi's part of it. But like Carson and Adam don't. Greg Tree and Matta don't really talk much anymore. All that kind of to us anymore. That kind of stuff. So it's like it's mainly me, Pierre, Main Event Wrestling, Hanzo, and Soren that mainly talk in there. And that's kind of the creative team. But Ray originally called us the Inner Circle. And then at the beginning of this year, end of last year, everything with Jericho happened, where some accusations came out. And so being named after a Jericho faction felt a little insensitive. And so to combat that, because everything with CM Punk had happened earlier in the year, we changed it. And so the LS11 creative team is known as the Disciplinary Committee, named after the AEW Disciplinary Committee that Bryan Danielson leads to help try and keep the backstage situation a little more under control nowadays. So there you go. That's the story of the Disciplinary Committee. Yeah, I'm sure that that huge ass generator isn't going to cost me like 5 figures. And I don't mean action figures, I mean like $10,000. That's a very cute commercial for the Subaru. A lot of dog content tonight, and I am here for it. I'm not a big dog person. Oh, I just realized I had food in my beard. Sorry about that, everybody. Um, Very unprofessional of me. Sure, that was driving some people crazy. Oh, another War Raider video package. I assume it'll just be Eric and Ivar when they come back. I wonder if they'll get to be Hanson and Rowe again. Who's that lurking in the background? Oh, Woods and Jay for the IC title is going to cook. I saw Cross lurking in the background there. You're not slick. Oh my god, I never updated the LS11 Grand Championship either. I didn't update that history. So it said Raj Desi even though he's lost it forever ago. Let's see, Raj Desi, March 30th, 2024. And then he lost it at Last Dance, did Raj Desi, which was 58 days ago, which was my last video I did, which was August 3rd. Honestly, given short title reigns can happen, I say let Woods have a little run with the IC title. Could be fun. Oh, never forget, Jinder Mahal was the first LS11 Grand Champion. And you can never take it away from him either. I truly hope that I can have like a meet and greet with Raj Desi one day. Because I will bring him the LS11 Grand title to take a picture with and tell him the story behind it. Like I'll just be like, I had a gimmick going on my YouTube channel that like I pretended I didn't know your name for years. And then in a video game, we had a match for a title named after the channel, and everyone thought I was gonna bury you, and I had you beat me like clean and fairly dominant. You look back at that match, he kind of kicked my ass. But now we got Ray as champion, and we are heading towards Ray will actually be defending the title pretty soon. There was, in fact, fire involved in my match with Raj Desi, then Jinder Mahal at Xandermania. There sure was fire involved. It was quite the time. Oh yeah, I guess I need to add the NWA tag titles as well. When did FTR win those? September 4th. Oh, I forgot. There was the flaming table at some point in the match. I'll pull that up in a minute here. I'll pull it up once I get the title stuff on the website updated. Because the title stuff is just that's the exhausting part for me. Because the graphics are the most intense to make. Which I know people are going to start asking, what's the Lone Star debut show shaping up to be this week? How's that shaping up? Haven't gotten there yet. Just haven't gotten there yet is all I can really say so far. Um, Yay, more politics. It's only a few more weeks. Only a few more weeks. Go NWA tag titles added to the website. Oh, there's dogs on the screen now. Now I'm happy again. But like I was saying earlier, I'm not like I don't ever want to have a dog just because it's quite frankly it's just a lot of work. A lot more work than having a cat. Because Missile is fairly self-sustaining, even though she's the dumbest cat I've ever had. Like, and I love Missile. She is my baby, as you all know. You guys have gotten to see her grow a little bit throughout watching the channel. Missile is really dumb. Jeez, I really have just fallen behind on a lot of title stuff. Alright, when did you two lose these belts? Because I can't remember for the life of me. August 10th. God, it's been almost 2 months. Generally, I think it's down to 3 people who beat Jay. Woods, just because I think they need Dom for the Heat, and Reed, because come on now, he's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Days between June 29th and August 10th. 42 days. What's really funny with Toxic Attractions NXT Women's Tag Title run in LS11 Universe is it's supposed to still be going on right now, but I accidentally lost the match to Kalani and Soul at whatever the event was they lost. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but they lost the titles in that matchup, and I just kind of rolled with it. Sometimes if something minor like that happens, because I was going back and forth on the idea of them winning the titles anyway. You know, I feel like they'll give Jay at least a couple. I don't think they're going to take the belt off Jay immediately, but I do think he's going to have a shorter run with the title because I feel like he's going to get involved in this bloodline stuff eventually over on SmackDown. Oh, Katana Chance! I didn't even realize it was her. I was like, wait a minute, is that JC Jane? Because of the face mask. Because Katana Chance broke her nose a few months ago. Do we get Sammy Gunther 2 at Bad Blood, or should we... Or next week, the first 2 I Raw? I feel like they'll save it for next week. Probably we'll get that next week. I don't think they'll squeeze another match on Bad Blood. And deep down, I kind of hope they don't squeeze another match on Bad Blood. As much as I feel like both world titles should be on the line on the PLE, I also am kind of just like I'm kind of fine if they don't because excuse me, I'm kind of fine if they don't because that's one less thing for me to have to deal with. Oh, we're getting the King Kong and Godzilla video package again for Bronson and Braun. Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with 6-man matches at PLEs on occasion. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing one. I just announced earlier today that Final Testament versus Wyatt Six is going to happen in a 6-man match at Armageddon next week. Nathan and AOP against Rowan, Gacy, and Loomis. Love that there's just a Joe Hendry "I want to believe" sign in the background in this video package. He's found his way to seep into everything, and I love it. This video package is fantastic. Oh, Phil. There's Phil. Yep. Nathan and AOP do have that Seth connection. They sure do. Yep, here's Punky. Oh, Phil. Oh, Phil. Oh, you make me angry, Phil. It was all for nothing. I will say, with every upload and with every thing, I have to put more and more distance between myself and the JonTron references. Like, there's a reason I don't do the whole swood joke anymore. Like, I built up branding around that for a little while. But anyway, every video he uploads, I'm just more and more like, John, at what point do you realize enough is enough? It's time to stop. Oh man, I used to love JonTron. I feel like with JonTron, it's such an interesting situation for me. And like, I'm not trying to make, not trying to make the JonTron stuff about myself, obviously, but to kind of share my story, I suppose. Um, that that was the creator I watched that helped me kind of realize what I wanted to do as a content creator. Um, like that's how I settled on wanting to do like comedy skits and stuff, and that's where a lot of my humor comes from. I mean, I did Katy Perry's Firework on a predictions video because of him, and then just everything that happened with JonTron. It was just a very slippery slope that I will not like get into the. I will not get into the details of. If you care to look it up for yourself, you can. I'm not going to be the news source for that one, though. It was, 7 years ago now almost that it all happened. But for me, it was kind of like watching one of my heroes fall and end up actually be. It was like watching one of my heroes get revealed to be the twist villain, and it did not feel good. But that's as is one of my favorite things to say. Them's the breaks, pal. Them's the breaks. Chapter 7. There's when Cardona won the belt from Fatu. Or it's a Freddie Mercury's in the background of some Freddie Mercury Funkos in the background. Respectfully, Isla Dawn. Oh, they're lowering the Hell in a Cell. Oh, isn't it nice that Hell in a Cell isn't red? Also, is this going to be the first time they've used the cell since Finn and Edge last year? I genuinely can't remember. By all means, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think it was silver when they had Edge and Balor use it too. So all right, here he comes. I think that might have been red, unless I'm misremembering. Give me a second and I'll look. No, it was back to normal. It was back to normal, Pierre. It was back to normal. Because I think I made the joke. And if I didn't, I think I thought of the joke at one point, or maybe I stole it from Cultaholic or something. But I remember just the joke being, yeah, it's been almost a year since the last Hell in a Cell match. Triple H had to put it back in the way, Triple H has had people painstakingly using a hair dryer to melt the red paint off of it. Oh, man. Go. It's another title taken care of. The TNA titles I'm going to have to get to in a minute here, too. NXT Women's title hasn't been updated since Naomi lost it. God, Drew just always looks good in suits, man. All right, more Drew and Punk mic work. Let's see where this one's going. So, who should Drew and Punk's next feud be? Drew versus Jake would be fun, but for Punk, I'm not sure. I know that there's been talks of Punk and Gunther. I feel like Punk Gunther's probably the Survivor Series match. Because then you've got like the whole thing of, it's been 1 year since he came back from being gone for 10 years and all that. He challenges on the 1 year mark of being back in WWE. Drew versus Braun could be also be fun, given Braun's a face again. True, true. And the chants begin again. And so Oh man, Punk is firing off. He kind of cooked with that one. It's gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. All right, ring is definitely not collapsing. It's only 9 o'clock, and the last monster standing happens in a minute. I don't even know what trepidatious means. Oh my god! Truth is back! Miz is gonna rip his head off. My man said AOP. Miz and Truth, very awesome Truth back in action versus AOP later tonight. Bro really called them AOP. It's fantastic. Six-man tag match coming up. Yeah. Oh boy, promo video for the 2-night SummerSlam coming up next year. God, did I never fix that? I never fixed that. Ah, um, slowly but surely, I'm getting everything done here. Glad I caught that before I published to the site, because someone would have called me out on that one. Or they wouldn't, and it would have sat on the website forever. Had a typo in something there. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. I did actually fix this, but it was one of those things where the website didn't save my update, because that has happened before. The only thing that might make Jay's title better is if it had a white stripe. I see that. I do see that. However, oh my God, really? How have I messed this up twice? But anyway, what I was gonna say is, while I could see that, I also feel like they're gonna save the white strap for the women, if the women get one at least. Go. Oh boy, Cody's gonna be on the Pat McAfee show this week. I can't wait to tune in. I will listen to the Pat McAfee show. I find Pat quite annoying. Oh, it just keeps getting worse. How much more shit I have to update on the website. I've done good at not dropping F bombs tonight, though. We're halfway through the stream and I've not dropped an F bomb yet, I think.
Oh, we've seen Sami Zayn relentless in his pursuits in the past, and it sounds like we're going to see that Sami Zayn again. Joe, Wade?
What? That's fantastic. You can buy Dominic Mysterio toilet paper on WWEshop.com. I think that's ridiculously stupid, but it's also hilarious because people will buy it. Like that is fantastic because people are stupid enough to pay for stuff like that. You see Pat when Joe's on commentary. Pat, could you see Pat when Jay won the title? Pat was on commentary. I don't even want to think of that, Zach, because it would have ruined the. It would have ruined. I caught myself. I was about to drop an F bomb. I'm trying not to. Doing my best. We're trying to get through a stream without one. I say that as if I've already said one, or as if I haven't already said one at some point. Um, here, this is a live check. Have you clicked the? Are you like a few minutes behind? Like, have you hit the little live button down here-ish to make sure you're caught up to where the stream is airing? I know sometimes people forget because they pause the stream and walk away or something. But yeah, no, I don't even want to think about that, Zach, because I think that would ruin that moment for me. Pat on oh god. Pat on commentary is something that I don't want to think about again for a long time. No, I'm not behind. I just had to do something real quick. Okay, all good. Cool. Just checking out. Just checking in. So the hot water in my house is out right now, which has not been fun. I've been having to take ice cold showers, and some people are, some people are into that. I am not some people. I've been miserable having to do so. I prefer to boil alive in the shower. Tomorrow is going to be a very fun time doing the NXT watch along. Now, this shows how much of an adult I've unfortunately had to become in the last several years. But I will admit, deep down, there's a small part of me a little sad that I am doing the NXT watch along tomorrow, because I do, deep down, kind of want to watch the vice presidential debate. I will not, I won't name the names of which party I support in this situation. They all suck. Like, they all suck, but in my mind, one sucks less than the other. All I will say is I'm a little sad I won't be able to watch the absolute shit show that the vice presidential candidate debate is going to be tomorrow. And I will leave it at that for the sake of making sure I don't get political on these streams, because quite simply, no one wants to sit here and listen to me, a man who doesn't know much about politics, talk about politics. So I'm not going to.
My husband and I are going through IVF treatment now, but Donald Trump's plan could ban IVF in some states. My husband is in the military. What if he ends up in a state where
Generally, it's the only reason I watch them on the rare occasions. Because it's a shit show, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say who I support, obviously. But I have a feeling one of them is going to mop the floor with the other tomorrow. And that is all I will say on that. I do feel like, and I will admit, I've been trying to be careful about this for obvious reasons. I've tried to be careful about it, just, for civil sake, like for the sake of being civil, and not causing arguments or anything in chat and stuff like that, and not, isolating a section of my fans who might disagree with how I am politically. I do feel like if you watch these watch-alongs, you probably know which way I swing politically. Because I never talk about it, and I make sure of that. I'm very good about not going like, oh, I support candidate X over candidate Y, and stuff like that. However, I feel like if you just listen to how I talk about things, it's not that hard to figure out. But, as I've said, I'm not a political YouTuber. I am not politically savvy by any means. I get my news from like straight to the facts, no opinion piece places like the Associated Press, NPR, that kind of stuff. So I try to live my life by the facts instead of the opinions. But on a far more exciting, far more entertaining note, I've gushed about it a little bit already. I want to go a little behind the scenes with little behind the scenes for you guys with making SummerSlam. I had a lot of fun making SummerSlam 2015. It was one of those things where I was dreading it because it was something I said I would do that just I was so unmotivated for so long. Oh my god, that was cool. Again, though, as I said in my video last week, if Cruz del Toro had shaved his beard when he had the name change a couple of years ago, I would have truly believed that Raul Mendoza had been released and they just hired a new guy to take his place in Legado. He looks like a completely different person. And this is coming from a guy with a beard. who look like a completely different person when he shaves. It's our superpower as men. What titles? Oh, it's Finn. Finn is not actually gone. He's not actually having travel issues. Of course, What's the Status already has an updated Jey Uso IC title. Why wouldn't he? Status is indeed the man. No one ever let me get this far behind on the title history section of the website again, because I've been at this for an hour and a half, and it's miserable. And it's not like it's like causing me physical pain, or well, I actually have a pretty bad headache, so it's technically causing me physical pain to do this. But it's more so that I'm just exhausted and I don't want to be doing this. But I know I can't let it get too far behind again. Otherwise, I'll be doing this again in a couple of months, where I just have to keep doing this. I am scared of how many title changes there have been since I last did this. Alright, June 23rd, September 4th. Oh boy, they're talking about the Olive Garden Never Ending Pasta Bowl. It never ends! Alright, women's tag titles, good. That's good. Those need to be updated. That's good. I'm checking the WWE belt at this point just to see. Like, have I forgotten anything in the divisions in WWE? Nope, only thing I got to update there is the World Tag Titles. I actually updated those a little more recent. I updated the WWE section a little more recently, I guess. Also, I just want everyone to know, I sent Ray a text when they unveiled the new IC title because I told them that they weren't changing it to blue on Friday during the SmackDown watch along because I truly didn't think that they had. To which Ray responded, "Gaslighting bitch." And so my response to him was, "It was just rumors until today, asshat." I don't have a heart. Was you that needed me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just too fun not to. Said it before, I'll say it again. She sounds so much like Mila Kunis that anytime Liv Morgan lifts the microphone to her mouth, I just think, shut up, Meg. What is claustrophobic? It means he's afraid of Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Stop it, Patrick. You're scaring him. That's what went through my head when she said claustrophobic. Not about the rest of you. Thank you, Pierre, for the potentially pity laugh on that one. I'll take what I can get. It's kind of funny seeing Nathan Frazier carrying around two belts on his render and stuff in Ellis 11 Universe, because it's like, What more can I do to make people hate this man? Because he is the most hated man on the channel. And adding that extra belt has only made it worse. Oh, is Dom gonna get locked in the cage early? Guess not. Liv making the save. For now. I feel like Finn has got to beat Priest, but I think Rhea beats Liv. Although I'm genuinely down for Liv to keep the title for a little while longer. Hey, JT. So what of Xavier's cockiness when it came to him versus Jay, as someone who watched SmackDown in 2017, means something to me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we're to the point in the night where we can go Judgment Day lights. All right, good news, everybody. The website should now be up to date and finally have the champion, like the championship histories updated as well. Wait, no, hold that thought. Forgot to do one. Forgot one important one. Tell Triple H to let Liv retain and Rhea move up to the IC title division. The Jews are like China and Chris Jericho. That'd be fun. That would be fun. I think Liv and Finn both win. Maybe Raquel returns to help Liv. That would be really interesting. It would. Mine used to call it brother. Yeah, I agree, Pierre. All right, Sheamus and Pete Dunne in a Donnybrook match. Dom dethrones Jay, Rhea dethrones Dom, Chef's kiss. I agree. Sheamus dethrones Rhea. Oh boy. Bronson dethrones Rhea. Oh no. There we go. Nice little Pete Rose tribute there. I do realize how changing the lights might make the reflection of the screen a little more, like the reflection of the screen a little more obvious than the stuff behind me, but live life on the edge. Xander, thoughts on Elastigirl? Um, well, you see, um, uh, I don't think I can give you my thoughts on her, JT. Not if I want a career. Not if I ever want to work. Not if I ever want to have a job again. Cause, oh my. That's all I can say. Just that. That is all I can say. All right. Yeah, JT may have just summed it up. Damn, Xander, can't tell me your thoughts on Dommy Mommies. You know. You all see how I react to Rhea Ripley. Yeah, can't tell you my thoughts on spanking either. No, can't tell you my thoughts on Elastigirl either. Miss when you used to be able to tell us anything. Well, now I'm trying to become a teacher, so that I need to have plausible deniability. Happened to us. Huh. Today was a interesting day of substituting. I had to do my first ever exam today. Like I didn't take an exam, but I had to give an exam for the first time ever today, which was interesting. Oh yeah, folks, it's finally time. The man bun's returning. We're doing it right here, right now. Did I play on my phone while the kids were testing? No, I played on my laptop. So what I do is I take my laptop with me to work, and I've not gotten told not to. In fact, a lot of subs do it. Um, there you go, folks. There you go. Man bun's back. It's a little bit of hard work to get it there, but it's back. But yeah, anyway, yeah, no. I take my laptop and oh, man. I take my laptop and I work on stuff during classes that I cover for. That way I can get some stuff done because there's a very strict no phone policy in my district, and I try to enforce that with the kids as best as I can. You know, you've all been in school before. You all know how kids act. You all know how you acted when there is a substitute. Um, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, what am I trying to say? I'm very tired. If you can't tell. Right, I try and follow the no phones rule myself because my kind of mindset is if I show them I'm going to follow the rule, then maybe they'll follow the rule. It's kind of a hope. It's kind of a blissful optimism on that one. But yeah, What I was gonna say is what am I trying to say? I'm trying to think. I kind of like hopelessly think that maybe if I follow the rule, the kids will be like, oh well, the sub is following the rule. He's not being a hypocrite. Maybe I'll actually listen to it. It's pretty rare that it actually, you know. Whereas right now I'm using my phone because the commercial break. I'm gonna.
Lovely. What about the app? I can't hear you. Because you flew the frame of the microphone. Or a TurboTax.
All right, I shall return. I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna take care of this. Oh my god! I just realized the tennis ball over there is glowing under the purple light. I just realized essentially it's like a black light in here. All right. I'm gonna try and be quick. I'm gonna run my dinner bowl downstairs. I'm just coming back in the middle of Gable and Kobe. That's fine. I've eventually entered the age where I have to make like the dad grunts when I. Oh my god, my back just popped. It was great. It's uncomfortable, but it was great. I'll be right back. Is what I'm saying. I have dad grunts now when I stand up. That was also bothering me. I returned. I'm gonna sneeze first. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. That's just false information there, JT. I do not encourage kids to cheat on their tests. Nor do I teach them not. Ugh, let me rephrase that. Nor do I teach them how to not get caught, because I never cheated on tests as a kid. I got through it all on my own, college and high school. Oh, that's mold. That's a shame. That's mold on those cookies. Those have got to get thrown away. Not eating that. Yeah, I never cheated on tests in high school and college. But yeah, that certainly was mold that I just saw on that. I'm glad I didn't eat any of it. Cornell's not here, otherwise I would give them to Cornell. Well, I will throw those away when I go downstairs. But anyway, speaking of Cornell, um, little tease here. Last year, I had intents of doing like a Pull of Ever Warriors. No, thank you. I'm good. I'll pass. Double it. Give it to the next person. The later in the show, the last monster standing match goes. Like the later they put it off, the more I'm starting to think that we're getting a ring break as the main event. Good to see Seth Rollins was having a good time. Alex becoming Divas champion. I don't think she's terribly interested. Oh, I like Bronson's gear tonight.
Congratulations to Seth Rollins. He's coming back. To one of his career. And next time, I will take years.
That sounds like a threat of murder, Bronson. Oh, well, now it's Gunther's turn. Yeah, I think we're getting a ring break tonight, boys. Since DC is doing a crossover with Sonic, yes. Oh, hold on. Anger festering into rage. Do not go down this path. It ends in your demise. Remember who you are. You know better. You know better. Do not force our hand. Heed our I could not see what that word. Admonition? Interesting that it ended with Nikki Cross's face there. DCOC crossover my Sonic OC. I haven't thought about my Sonic OCs in years. Right, anyway, so a little tease. Last year I was gonna make an album. I was gonna do like a cover album for the holidays, me and the Zan Street Boys. Those don't know, the Zan Street Boys being my boy band, me, Carnold, the Doctor, Zan number 5, and Zan number 3. We've done some hits. We've done some hits together. We did the Backstreet Boys songs, Everybody, and I Want It That Way. We also did Hangin' Tough by New Kids on the Block. We did a Christmas song a few years ago. We've done a lot of stuff music video wise on LS11 Universe. All the openings to streams you may recognize. Let me see, like you might know the Zan Street Boys from such hits as Never Gonna Give You Up. And let me see here. We've got so many member videos now that it's actually the music videos are actually buried a little bit nowadays, which is fantastic. But yeah, you might know the Zan Street Boys from such hits as Welcome to WrestleMania Week, Jack Sparrow, Don't Stop Me Now, Never Gonna Give You Up, Hallelujah, and Barbie Girl, among others. Multiple stream openings. Looking at getting the Zan Street Boys back together this holiday season for an album. Just depends on how much time I've got. Carnold and I may try and make amends in time to do the album. We may just not appear on any track. We'll do our audio in different booths. We might get Quizmaster to feature on a couple tracks. You never know. I know he and the Doctor have had an idea for a duet for a while.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations.
Like, you might think, all right, well, could also see Gable beating Jay. There are many good options for who beats Jay. You're right, and that's the exciting part as well.
But you work hard.
Turn that my watch later real quick.
President Kamala Harris will expand tax credits for working parents and make big corporations pay more, while Donald Trump will give more tax breaks to corporations and businesses.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it, because I don't think I'm... Funny enough, I don't think I'm subscribed to my own old channel anymore. Yeah, I'm not. Why A Timely Wah has more subscribers now? It's beyond me. I'm curious. Do I have the login still to that? I do. It's gotten a few subscribers lately. I'm curious if it's got any comments or anything. No, it does not. Good, good. So anyway, the most recent thing that you might ask yourself, what have a Timely Wah ever done as a duo?
earlier.
To which I raise you
telling me that
this.
we wanted to be part of the Survivor Series tag team predictions against him, Sid, Carol, Arnold, Ray, and Jobber. But he said that we had to do a song cover and it had to be good. And the problem here is, you can't barely speak English. You can say one word.
Where?
Wait, so you mean to tell me that you can sing in English, and that's the only time you're able to speak English?
Where?
Oh, bloody hell, I gotta see this. Like the wallpaper sticks to the wall, like the seashore clings to the sea, like you'll never get rid of your shadow, Doc, you'll never get rid of me. Let all the others fight and fuss. Whatever happens, we've got us.
I'll let that harmony speak for itself. The rest of the song is eh. But hey, they harmonize really well together. So maybe I'll have them remaster that. We'll see.
I love every aspect of being a world tag team champion. Being the top guy, the money, the luxuries, the amenities. But there's one thing I really hate about my life right now. And that is the insult that I have to deal with Sami Zayn every single week.
We'll see if we bring it back along. Part of it does kind of depend on what songs we can get away with covering due to YouTube's new issue where certain songs just get the video blocked.
You know, there's a very, very easy way to put an end to all of this once and for all. And all you've got to do is give me what I keep asking for and put your heavyweight championship on the line. One on one. But you won't do it, will you? You won't do it, and I know why. Deep down, Gunther, I think you know why too. So why don't you just tell me right here to my face? Tell me in front of everyone. Tell me right now why you won't do it. Admit it. I tried to tell you. I tried to beat it into you. You were just nuts. If I'm not on your level, then how come I'm the one who beat you at WrestleMania? Huh? You think you're so much better, but I'm the one who did it. And you beat everyone they put in front of you. You beat future Hall of Famers. You beat former world
Oh yeah, I didn't say this because I was in the middle of showing off the music video, but I'm really glad they showed the Gunther and Dragunov footage from the live event this weekend.
so much better than me, and that's why they tried to. And you know that if it was me versus you, Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, you are scared that it will happen again.
Are they chanting, "You're a coward"?
I'm afraid for my reputation. Because after all those legendary things I did with the Intercontinental Championship, losing to the better man, but losing to you has been the biggest embarrassment of my career. You know, I was so busy embarrassing you in front of your own family that eventually this was you did to me. Because I was very confident that I would beat you at WrestleMania, so I flew my family over as well. I just didn't parade them around like you did to gain some sympathy. But once it was all done, I went to the bank, I had to look my father in the eye, and he asked me, he said, "Bruder, du fliegst aus Österreich den ganzen Weg nach Philadelphia und dann muss ich zuschauen, wie du verlierst gegen den Sandler Barry Safe. You wanna know what that means? I had to look my father in the eye, and he asked me, son, I flew all the way from Vienna to Philadelphia just to see you lose against that fuck Sammy Zayn."
Oh, bringing Gunther's father into it now, are we? Yeah, beardless Xander looks weird. Granted, that's beardless Doctor, but like beardless me looks different too. We bear a very similar face.
Expect everything from me because I am the golden goose of my family. I am Utah. I am special, and I am something that you will never be, and that is.
Keep in mind, this is how I looked the day the first episode of LS11 Universe aired. Hold on. That's gonna get us copyrighted. Papa Gunther. Let me find the right image. Yeah. But like here's what I looked like the day LS11 Universe started. I wish I was joking. Here, if I can zoom it in to not show the other people in the photo because I don't think they want to be featured in it. Um, there we go. I'll show it as best as I can without showing my friend's face. So here, I'll do that to cover her face as best as I can. Yeah, that's how I looked the day LS11 Universe got started. Looked like I played COD. No, never. I played it when I was a kid a little bit, but like when I was young, like middle school, but I never played with a mic on or anything. That's not the only time I ever had just a mustache either. Let me see if I can find the image, but it was late 2020 that I did it again. In fact, it was right before that video came out. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. I may not have a picture. I may have never taken a picture from it. Looks like I may not have. Well, actually, hold on. Actually, I can show you Carnold with a mustache. It's practically the same thing. We look almost identical sometimes. Let me find the image. I like that they're showing off signs on the show as well. It encourages people to bring them more. It's really cool to see signs making a big comeback as well lately. Okay, here we go. Found it. Yeah, there's Mustache Carnold. It's a very, very different beast. Oh, well. Carnold. It's funny looking at his Twitter. He's only got a few posts on here, but he only appears on Twitter occasionally, and when he does, it's important. Although Carnold, buddy, if you're hearing this, you're gonna need a new profile picture because you ain't got any of those belts anymore, bud. Freeze-dried gummies. I'm good. Good. Oh no, Ilya Dragunov suffered a torn ACL. That sucks.
Our original recipe is that churches. For people who feel limited by the unpredictability generalized by celiac rats and for anti-ACHR antibiotics, season to season, Ultimira's is continuous symptom control with improving activities of daily living. It is reduced muscle weakness, and Ultimira's is the only long-acting GMG treatment with a free up to 67 infusions per year for predictable routine. Keep down. Ultimira's can lower your immune system's ability.
We can't use him in L11. No, real life injuries don't affect the main series too often. I don't know what that means. JT, I don't know what that means. Karrion Kross and Scarlett look great, by the way. Start doing more with him, Paul. Also, you have Paul Ellering, and I don't know if he's spoken a word since he came back at the beginning of this year. R-Truth is a legend, Barrett. Don't get it mixed up. Anyone want to guess which wrestler I have the most renders of on my computer for graphics? It's exactly who you think it is. Like, you already know the answer. Oh, Miz just went heel. And finally, Cross actually did something. Cross finally did something worthwhile. He finally affected something directly. And Aop get the win. You love to see it. You freaking love to see it. All right, last monster standing is up next. Is that what we're gonna end with? Break the ring. Break the ring. Break the ring. I agree, Pierre.
When it's time for vaccines, it's time for CVS. A Chewy is on the way for cash.
I'm gonna test something tonight. I'm gonna test something tonight. I'm gonna see if I can get this port to work. I'm gonna test it before I show it off, obviously. I'm hopeful I can, though. So just stand by for results. Everyone just be patient. I know you're wrestling fans, so you're not good at that. I love y'all, but you're not the best at being patient. Be patient.
President Kamala Harris will expand tax credits for working parents and make big corporations pay more, while Donald Trump will get more.
I have a mod I want to see if I can port.
Beauty brings joy. Joy we all deserve. Because beauty is about
Because it's going to make doing stuff a lot easier. Open the wrong thing.
and discover something you never knew you needed. From splurge-worthy indulgences to your
Yeah, what am I talking about?
and everything.
I wonder.
Find all the brands you can't live without and the ones you're dying to try.
You're super patient. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
All in one place.
Yeah, I've never had to tell you guys to be patient ever once because you were all demanding to know where a story was going 5 minutes into a story that was multiple months long. And that's not, that's not. That is not directed at anybody in the chat. But you get what I mean, where it's like, for example, Karrion Kross starts sowing the seeds of dissent between Rollins and Frazier, like a solid 2.5 months before it actually starts happening. Or not even 2.5, more than 2.5 months before the first breakup. Or before Frazier betrayed Rollins. And like, day one, people are just like, where's this story going? You have a point there with the 2K19 thing. You have a point. Oh. Don't you threaten me with a good time, Paul. Don't you threaten me with a good time, Mr. Levesque.
Everybody that came to Christ. And for weeks now, he's become a human threat of destruction. His fans to stand up to him, who he's about to see. He's going to put himself in the spotlight months ago, Joe. Boy, oh boy, has brought some rain of exactly that with the wrong consequences when you start making rules here after all. It's rare it's a challenge like this is standing here last box and man, Braun Strowman has to come here. Last man standing match for Strowman.
Really? Braun's been in 5 last man standing matches.
Zero chance of separating these two. They can only separate themselves. This is like Megatron versus Optimus Prime. Two of the biggest monsters.
Oh, by the way, the big trucks is gonna eat the little trucks. Thank you. Thank you, and I do apologize to my wife and my roommate for that one, because I know that one wasn't terribly quiet. Oh, the demolition just begins. Oh, it just begins. What am I doing wrong? Hold on.
People paying $2 or $3 prices. Still $50.
In the sawdust settles and the engine roars. The thing you care about is a job well done. But when you get your tools from Marketplace, Something about the job feels different. Uniform. Do the rest. So I like honey barbecue. You like football. I think you like football. We're like the brothers we never had. So does he have time for you? Yes, that's it. I feel like he'd be here if he did.
Future-proof your home and garden with AARP today. Harvest the rewards for years to come. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Hey, tomato spin of red ball. Hey, all your favorites.
Oops. There we go. Idea over the Ivy and Shayna match in Armageddon. Okay, Ray, what do you got? 7B10. Why not call this match type the Bloodsport match? True, true. Shit, how did I lose it again? Seven B10. Okay, 7B10. I need to keep that in mind. 7B10. 9EE0. Okay. 7B10. I'm doing a porting thing, don't worry. Nothing to worry about, folks. Thoughts on Totally Spies? Like a lot of things, JT, that you asked me about, I don't really have an opinion on Totally Spies. It was never really my thing.
We see the out of park spot. The top of cars and video wall. It's not about a traditional sport in clothes. It's all about maxing up the car. The big roll of something mode. It's referee picking up that head's hair. Walking back to his colossal rival.
I need to ask the important questions, which is what, Ray? I'm frightened. Not frightened as much as slightly concerned, I suppose. What's my favorite arc of Spider-Man the Animated? Oh, okay. Now you're asking the real questions. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh my god! Big trucks are eating little trucks right now. I will answer that question in a minute. Okay, favorite arc of Spider-Man the Animated Series. God, that's really tough, man. Because I love the whole show. I mean, it's gotta be the Venom saga, right? Like the two part, like, and I know the Venom saga is probably kind of a cop out because it takes place across multiple seasons, right? Because like you get the original Venom saga of just Spider-Man having to deal with Eddie in season one, like at the very end of season one, and then Venom and Carnage come back during the Sins of the Father arc. So um, if not that one, if I can't count the Venom stuff from season one into like season, I think it's 3 when Venom and Carnage come back. If I can't count that as one arc, and I have to count it from specifically just one arc in total, that is just a series of episodes like back to back to back. Probably gonna go with um hmm. They sold it as a DVD box, said it's an arc to me. Well, that was a DVD box, so I'm counting it. I had the Venom Saga on DVD. Watched it a million times, don't know where it's gone. Yep, half Spider-Man, half Venom on the DVD. It was such a cool DVD cover, and I don't know where it went. But yep, as a kid, I had that one. I had Spider-Man. I think it was like Greatest Foes or something, and it had Spider-Man and Green Goblin on the cover, and then I had Spider-Man versus Daredevil, and then I had Secret War. Those are the 4 animated series DVDs I had. And then my dad had burned a few DVDs of other episodes of the show. And then, of course, when I became an adult and Disney Plus came out, it had the whole show on it. And so I've watched it all the way through many of times. Alright, let me bake my game real quick. I had all the same stuff. I just did a better job of actually looking after it. You say that. I don't have any of those DVDs anymore. So did I really do a good job? And also, you have no idea how many games on this shelf behind me are scratched to the point they don't work because of poor. Oh my god! They just went through the barricade. There's sell your soul to the devil for a blue check. Nope, not worth it. Especially not when the devil's name is Elon. Fucking hate that guy. Oh, there it was! Dropped the first F-bomb of the stream, and it was 7 minutes before the end. Oh my god. I have no opinions, JT. Yeah, neither did I. Neither did I, Ray, because when I watched it, I didn't know it wasn't a full saga of like back-to-back stuff until I was an adult as well. When I watched the show for the first time back in 2019, like in full. I was like, wait a minute. Doesn't Carnage come next episode? And then Carnage did not, in fact, come next episode. Carnage was not for like another 2 seasons. No, Bronson is like, hey, get over here. Oh no. Oh, Adam Pierce dies tonight. Scrap Daddy's gonna die tonight. What the what the hell, Braun? Braun! Good lord. You know, it's funny. I brought Moose into Raw instead of keeping him around NXT because I was like, I need a monster that can counteract Bronson Reed. Little did I know, and I was like, and WWE's not doing much with Braun Strowman, and people are just not interested every time I try and push Braun to be the 2017 monster. And then lo and behold, WWE has just started to turn him back into the 2017 monster, and it worked. It's like I remember getting furious at someone in the chat last year when I did the Braun Strowman and Edge match on an episode of Raw, where they were just hitting finishers on one another back to back, and Braun was still getting up, and someone was like, "This is just making Edge look weak." I was like, "No, it's making Braun look strong. There's a massive difference." Because ultimately, Edge won the match, and it showed it took this much to put Braun down. Not, oh, it took Edge this much to win the match. It was, oh, it took this much to keep Braun down. That was the idea. But also, that person hasn't chatted since the Divas of Tomorrow won the women's tag titles. And they like RP'd in the chat with asterisks like takes vow of silence for the rest of the stream and has not talked since. So, and that was over a year ago. So I'm not really concerned about that person's opinion anymore. And that entire episode, they spent the entire episode in the chat complaining about each and every decision or each and everything that happened on the show. Okay, here we go. Final couple minutes of Raw. It's about to happen. Here we go. Big monster fight, no CGI needed. Oh yeah, they don't have the LED ring posts on tonight either. It's that thing's coming down. They're ending they're going out of the 3-hour era for the next couple months with a bang. Here it comes. Ref sold it perfectly. I'm not gonna make the royalties joke because I did the ring spot today. I did the ring spot today knowing they were gonna do the ring spot today. So I was like, I'm gonna beat him to the punch. It's like I was like, I'm gonna beat him to the punch. That way I can go, well, I'm not saying you owe me royalties, Xander, because you know that we were gonna do the ring spot first, so you did it knowing we were gonna do it. And you didn't want to seem like you were copying us, you wanted it to seem like I was copying you. But you owe me royalties, you'll get it in the mail. Bye. Well, what the? Oh, it's Seth! And Braun Strowman's the last monster standing, thanks to a returning Seth Rollins. He looks good in that attire. I like it. And of course, you know, it makes sense for Seth to help Braun, their former tag team champions. And they sell that Bronson's still awake as well. He's just dazed. And Braun immediately collapsed at the 10. That's perfect. That is the perfect way to make everyone look good coming out of this one. Loved that. Great ending to Raw. Pretty solid episode of Raw overall. I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, now we just wait for 2K to finish baking, which can take anywhere from like yeah, it could take anywhere from like the next 10 to 20 minutes, so we'll hang out until then. Let me just quickly throw something in the Discord. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta grab the image. It was a spooky ghost, guys. It's a spooky ghost. It's ectoplasm, I promise. Real spooky ghost, you know. Oh yeah, I'm all in for Seth and Bronson. That's something we've never done in LS11. I think there was an idea yeah, there was an idea to do it at one point, actually. Back in season 3, it was gonna happen. Or season 4, actually. Because as many know, the season 3 Money in the Bank contract was more or less kind of cursed. Like, let's be real, it was kind of cursed. Um because we had a bunch of different names that could have won it. And every time we had someone in mind, something happened that made us need to change it up, right? Is that it? Yeah, that's as bright as it'll get in here with those, and I don't want to turn on the overhead on full blast because that'll suck. But yeah, no, it's like at one point in time, the original plan was Roderick Strong, and we ended up having to go back through with that. At one point in time, I wanted to put it on Bronson Reed, and the idea would have been that WrestleMania Season 3 would have been Seth Rollins versus Hollywood Batista, with the idea being that Batista was threatening to take the title and leave if he beat Seth, and then we were either going to have Batista win, and the next night on Raw gave his farewell speech only for Bronson to cash in, or do what we ultimately did with Cody and have Bronson cash in on a beaten down Seth the night after WrestleMania to become champion. And then obviously Roderick Strong was an option for a while, and the idea was that Roderick Strong was going to cash in on Seth. And I can't talk about who was going to beat Roderick Strong, because Strong was going to have a pretty short reign. He was going to lose it to, and that'll be your only hint on that one. And obviously, there's a lot of reasons none of that happened. And Roderick Strong leading the company screwed us over there, so we had to, put it on Cody. And like you just said, Pierre, having to put the belt on Cody from the briefcase, like having to put the briefcase on Cody, was the best option we had. And it led to one of, if not the best story in LS11 history with the Six, the 2-year saga that was the Six. I mean, it was literally a 2-season long saga for that group. Coming together the night after Cody won the world title, being together all through season 4 with Cody having himself, Drew, Austin, Ricochet, Lacey, and Charlotte be the first iteration. And then Lacey and Charlotte got kicked out as Alba and Raquel replaced them. They stuck around for a while before Drew got kicked out and Solo replaced him. That incarnation stayed the same for a while until Alba voluntarily left, and they were just the 5 for a while from the time of Unforgiven up until SummerSlam when Jade joined the group to make 6 again. But then Raquel left the same night, so they were 5 again before Aldis joined at Survivor Series. Cody was the one to get kicked out. And then from there, it was just a slow trickle out until the very end. It was Solo, Aldis, and Jade at the end, and Theory as well. It was just those 4 left, and then at the end, it was the group got split up. Cody had to destroy what he created. But I talked about Xandermania earlier. Zach asked about the flaming table spot at Xandermania, and I don't remember it terribly well either. So I want to take a quick look as the game just finished baking. So we're going to take a look at something else in a second too, just to see if it worked out. So let me look at Xandermania 2024. All right, here we go. I don't know who had the best entrance of the night, Carnold, Raj Desi, or me, but of course, can't forget. I don't know if that's a song that's safe to keep playing. I mean, obviously the video's not muted or not blocked worldwide, so Limp Bizkit seems to be safe for now. Also, shout out Halocene for the version of Quizmaster's theme we've been using. They're one of my favorite bands, period. But I had my Hail to the King entrance, which shockingly didn't get copyrighted. Anyway, where was the flaming table spot? It happened in here somewhere. Okay, there's the table. Oh, there it is.
Superplex through the flame!
Here we go.
Xander and Jinder both going up to the top rope. Xander!
One of the, I think, 2 times ever you've seen my created wrestler without a shirt.
Superplex through the flames!
I will say I was a big fan of my Xandermania gear. Of course, I designed it myself. I design all my gear myself. And I kind of designed it based on what I would want to wear if I were a wrestler. I think too many people do like the jeans gear, like try to do jeans as gear, and it's like you're not John Moxley, you're not any of the ECW guys, you're not getting away with it. All right, let's see here. Let's boot up the game. I'm gonna test it if the game loads. That's how we're gonna know. Mute my game real quick because I just ported a mod, and I've not had the best track record of that all working out lately, as we all know. Seeing as I went like 2 for 15 on last week's stream when I tried to mod a bunch of stuff, and only 2 of them worked. That being Jonathan Gresham, which is for Ray, and another person that is for Ray that I can't say the name of right now. Oh boy, encoding overload going on right now. Dropping frames. As I have frozen up a little bit. That is not you guys' issue. It's not a Wi-Fi issue. It is too much stuff going on Xander's computer issue right now. My CPU is running at 100% of it being used right now. It's dropping down rapidly now, though. Booting up the game was taking a lot of work. Alright, game's booted up. Let me quickly do an entrances off test just to make sure these guys don't crash the game. I'm going to do a quick entrances off thing, and then I'll show you guys entrances. Alright, one of them doesn't work. One of them doesn't work. Feel like I know which one. Feel like I know which one. Doesn't mean I'm terribly happy about it. Test it individually real quick, because I think I know which one. I think it's the one I tried to port. Which, if that's the case, that's fine. I'll just throw another attire in that slot since I added a mod slot. Or a attire slot for that guy anyway. And I know Status has made a retro version of this person, because it's something for the TNA series. So that you can figure out which TNA guy that's in 2K I would have tried to add a retro attire for. So let me double check that it's actually him that is causing the issue. I'm sure it probably is. Yep, it indeed is him. So what I will do instead is show off everything else if I can. Oh, my back. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get any trailers for Red 1 tonight on Raw. That's what I was wanting, you know. I was wanting to see more J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus. Tim Allen, eat your heart out. Who's the best monster? And I was like, that's a fantastic question, because there's a lot of potential answers on that one. I mean, some might say Bray Wyatt, because The Fiend was WWE Champion. Especially now that we've seen Bray beat Undertaker at SummerSlam. Which I mentioned the WrestleMania 31 encounter between them on SummerSlam, and obviously I've been very vague about certain things with WrestleMania 31. I don't know how much I can talk about it, but what I can say is obviously Ray and I want to do every WrestleMania at some point, even the early ones. One kind of slightly different thing I will say real quick is there's been a bit of an interesting situation when it comes to when it comes to doing the Retro Series, which is a very arguably important figure in the history of pro wrestling. That being Hogan, right? And Ray and I've talked about this, and we're gonna give it a few months for Hogan's weird political phase he's in right now to die down a little bit, hopefully. Let him maybe get his act together, which, I mean, I'm not gonna get my hopes up about that by any means. Because Terry just seems to be very full of himself, very ignorant, very bigotry, and all of that. That being said, it's gonna be up to you guys if we ever use Hogan in the Retro Series, because Ray and I am willing to admit, I think Ray's fine with me admitting this as well. Ray and I are willing to create a wrestling history without Hulk Hogan in it for LS11 Universe. Ray has done a, I'm not gonna say a scary amount of work, but Ray has done an impressive amount of work in coming up with the like a very alternate what if timeline when it comes to a wrestling world without Hogan in it. And so we're ultimately going to leave it up to you guys if he exists or not in LS11 Universe. Like, there's a different third man for the NWO. There's a different face of the WWF, so on and so forth. Like, all that kind of stuff. Which is kind of crazy. And so, hold on, let me make sure that's not Ray. We're good. Just had to double check that that wasn't Ray and Alexander. Stop talking. All right. But yeah, long story short, Hogan's going to be left up to you guys. But what I was actually going to say, why is there a second attire slot? Weird. Now I got to check. Hold on. Now I got to check something. Also, why is my phone going nuts? Who's messaging me? Oh, it's a missile picture. Hang on, I got this is top priority. Hold on, everybody. It's a missile picture. How could I ignore it? I mean, look at her. Anyways, with the caption, I looked up and she's just staring at me. But anyway, JT, I am going to get to your message about who the best monster in LS11 is in a second, I promise. Because it's a very good question, and I do actually want to get to it. But I'm kind of in my little ramble here that I'm in, which is nothing new, as we all know. And then... Alright, don't crash the game. Okay, didn't crash. Let's take a look. I tried to go get a sacrifice arena, but I couldn't. Let's take a look at these guys. Alright, hold on. I'm muting the computer right now before that... Because that song gets copyrighted claimed in an absolute heartbeat. But everybody say hello to 2008 Bobby. Look at him. But yeah, who's the best monster in LS11? Bronson Reed could start making a case for it this season, but he's going to have more time for that. But yep, Soul Patch Bobby Lashley is here. Just giving you guys a little preview of the mods I'm going to be using for Sacrifice 08 real quick. I'm excited about it. Bronson Reed's going to make a good case one day, but not yet. Right now, I might argue Bray Wyatt. Samoa Joe. Nope, Samoa Joe. It's Samoa Joe. He's the best monster in LS11. Dude is the longest reigning champion in channel history outside of Eliza Blackstone. So there you go. There's Dominator Bobby. Oh, this one uses the NWO theme. Interesting. Very interesting. This is the base game, Big Papa Pump as well. Because I've got the Joe mod one as well ready to go. But we got Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. And then this is the one I'm really excited about because I'm also doing this to test if a mod worked that I ported. Because belt ports have seemed to be fine. We're about to find out. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, fuck yeah. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that. Floating a little high above him, but I think it's just a model thing. Probably change his entrance with it. Since because I think Samoa Joe used to wear the title when he was younger as well anyway. A little bit of clipping issue just because of the belt it's modded in over. Because it's modded over the old ECW, like the gross silver ECW belt. But hey, it mostly works. It mostly works, and that's what matters. It mostly works, and that's what matters. Just want another little tease for Sacrifice, because I've now locked in my answer that Samoa Joe is the best. Samoa Joe is the best monster in LS11 history. You guys want another little tease for Sacrifice? Let me find the belt before I... There it is. Let me double check which slot this is modded in over so I can make sure I put it in the right... I do the right one here. So I think this one's going to make you guys laugh. I'll use the gold and silver ECW title. I mean, JT, you've seen our WrestleMania 25. We showed that in the LS11 version of the ECW reboot, which is a little more faithful to the actual ECW, like the classic ECW. We showed that we never swapped from the old ECW belt to the silver WWE one. So people are in for a little bit of a treat with that. I don't have anyone else modded in, I think. Let me double check. Did I? Oh, I did. Oh no, you're in the game. Never mind. Forgot about that. I forgot Ken Shamrock was in 2K. I'm not gonna lie. Why don't you just give us the NXT X Division title? Because too many belts. Too many belts. Alright, this one is specifically to pop like 4 people. I don't know if that's copyright claimed or not. Hold on. Okay, I installed the mod wrong apparently, but oh, hold on. Hold on before we get too excited. Because it is good to see that modding belts is actually really easy. Or porting belts is actually really easy. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Yep, too many cooks. That's the big issue. I see what I did wrong. I named the folder wrong. Hold on. But cool. Good to see all that works. So you guys got a little bit of a sneak preview there for it's funny, I can't hear the word sneak preview anymore without my blood boiling just a little bit. And let me explain why real quick, okay? When LSWF was happening, hold on. When LSWF was happening, there was one guy that submitted his character. And he made the character. I find it interesting that super heavyweights and heavyweights can compete for the light heavyweight championship. Yeah, it's because they don't have a weight limit set on it. On that one, unlike the other belts which are cruiserweight locked. But I agree, it's weird. All right, let me bake the game real quick. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show off Kevin Nash perfectly, but to show the screenshot a little better, because I don't have time to sit here and let the game bake again. I gotta feed the cats and then go to bed, because I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up in the morning to go to work. Got school tomorrow. But yeah, little sneak preview here. I'm doing it. TNA Legends Championship. The guy that for the entire run of TNA wanted me to bring back the TNA television title is going to be really happy, because the TNA Legends title is going to be at Sacrifice months before it's even created in the real life. Because I mean, I've been kind of open with this with TNA. I'm grabbing TNA and just gutting it and starting over, more or less. I'm keeping some important things in there, like certain matches and moments still happen, certain title runs still happen. Like Steiner Math is obviously staying around, but like Claire Lynch doesn't happen. Well, it's referenced in LS11, so it might have to. Yeah, they have a whole section in the game dedicated to light heavyweights, so who knows, man? Who knows? They probably didn't want to go through the extra 5 minutes it would have set to make that title limited weight, like weight class limited. Who knows? 2K's laziness baffles me sometimes. What important match do you want to get rid of, though? I don't know. I don't know too much in TNA's history just yet to be able to give you a competent answer on that one.